Now let's get started with production. So this is the section you'll want to use for every video. You can almost just duplicate this page every time you're going to start a new video until you're getting familiar with the process. Then you probably won't need this anymore. But until you are familiar with the process, section 2 is the meat or the vegan meat of this whole program, depending on your diet. So speaking of meat, let's look at social media content in general. Let's call it fast food. Why? Because it's all going to disappear. With the exception of YouTube videos, longer form, where we're really putting a lot into them so they can last, all this social media content is going to disappear tomorrow. We create it to keep the attention going. As creators, once we generate attention, we need to keep the attention. And then we learn to harness the attention into our business. But first and foremost, we need to generate the attention. We don't need every TikTok reel to be a Martin Scorsese film, okay? We're just generating attention here. You can do it with your phone. Most times you don't even need a microphone. You can use a light if you got one. Otherwise, go next to a window where the sun can shine on you. Hopefully the sun's out that day. You can figure out easy solutions to problems that would have completely blocked you off from making video as recently as maybe 10 years ago, 20 years ago. So all that to say, we're not looking at all our pieces of authentic video content to be works of art. Okay. The expression comes from here, and then we put it out there. We inspire, we engage, and then we move on to the next one. That's what we're really focusing on here. So I call that fast food. Think about how fast it takes to make. It's automated. It takes like a minute, and there's an assembly line. You put the bun, and then you put the ketchup, and then you put the lettuce and the patty, whatever it is, and then boom, you package it and you put it out, and then you're on to the next one. So it has less to do with the quality, the health quality of the food. I know that we don't want to think that we're making fast food. It's not good for your health, but look at it as the assembly line aspect of fast food. I'm pretty sure is why McDonald's changed the world. That's the way we're going to look at it for purposes for this guide. And if you got a better idea for an analogy, you let me know, because I probably want to use it. So before we begin, give yourself a deadline. Okay. Fast food content, never spend more time than you have to. Comparing your content to others' content is a waste of energy. Seriously, focus on yourself. Focus on yourself. Don't get distracted. I mean, do you really compare McDonald's to Taco Bell or Carl's Jr., Hardee's to Burger King? Okay. This fast food analogy can go miles. Follow it. This is going to be an investment of your time, so respect it like that. Don't expect great content to come out of you if you're not fully present and aware and excited to be there for it. Create a creative container. Create a creative container. Say that 3 times fast. Create a creative container. Create a creative container. Create a creative creator container. I normally give myself 2 to 3 hours for a focused creative session. That's enough time to get in. Maybe it takes 20, 30 minutes to really start getting into the flow, like warm up, like I'm doing here, for example. Then it's going to take an hour, maybe 2, to really do the bulk of the work, to really be in there. And then you need another 30, 40 minutes to come out of it. And by that time, you probably want to take a walk, probably want to go have a snack or something like that. So I give myself a 2 to 3 hour session. I have 2 little kids. I can't always give myself that much of a focus section, but that's what I try to do. That's what I aim for. And I think that's a good starting point. And as you do this more, you'll find out what works for you. Final consideration, give yourself a day or 2 to post after you produce. So I like to sleep on it, or at least wait a few hours. If you finish editing and then immediately go to post it could be okay, but you're so deep in it, you're too close to see. If you wait a few hours or wait till the next morning and you go back to it, you'll notice a few things that can be tightening up. For example, a shot that you're kind of attached to because it's a really cool shot, you might realize the next day, oh, it's just too long. And it's not offering value to the video as a whole. It's not making the video better. So I need to cut that down a little bit. That is why I recommend sleeping on it and giving it some time.